Walk around the compound, see some tigers. Okay, here's this little girl. Oh my gosh, look at her. Oh, she just went to sleep. She was pinging off the walls and running around being all crazy. And she finally decided to sit down with Mommy. As Mommy watches her stories, her violent zombie strain stories with post-apocalyptic death scenes. So that's the type of stuff that Mommy likes. Those are her stories. Look at this little girl. She is just something else. Okay, well, I am going to go ahead and vacate the premises before the little girl wakes up. Hold on. Let's go ahead and teleport outside. There we go. Outside. It's bright. It's sunny. It's loud. Now, let's just get into it. Hello, all you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper fantastic episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. So we've got that little girl. She's adorable. She's very sweet. She needed a home. And a lot of people are asking about specifics for her story. We're going to get into some of that, or I guess some of the explanations behind some of the things that we're kind of currently doing in a little bit. But for now, let's take a look at Raven. She's really cute. We moved her to this side because that little girl, she's about 3 months old. She's pretty tiny. She's about 3 months old. And we were going to move her over here, but then Noe got like, she got way too excited. So I had to move little Peanut to the other side. And she stays there like at night. She sleeps there at night. And then she'll come up to the house and kind of out in the yard during the daytime. So we moved Raven over here. But whenever like baby is in the back room and Raven's in the back room, and Rachel's been talking about this, like Raven is like, ow, 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 ow. She'll be like, I exist. I am here too. Just because I am a cute baby as well. And then Rachel has to go over to Raven and be like, of course you're a cute baby. You're the cutest baby. And then Raven is just, but she's still just kind of annoyed, just, ow, 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 ow. She's getting kind of jealous. She's getting a little jealous. But we received a message from an individual who actually, and they referenced me specifically. They said like I follow other facilities, and I follow other facilities who are accredited, and I took kind of a risk following your facility because it's not necessarily accredited by one of your like a traditional zoologic facility accrediting association. I mean, of course, we're USDA regulated, and we do, and this is the thing, and I'm not going to get too much into the weeds about like actually I am going to be making a more specific video about that whole accrediting process and kind of our place within it. Hi. Hey. But I'm not going to be doing that for this one. One of the things you have to take away is that we actually do, I'm just going to say, like, we actually follow, and we honestly meet the criteria in many ways, in almost all ways, for pretty much all of the those big accrediting associations. But there's certain reasons why we've kind of, we're cautious about joining them, but that's not the purpose of this video. This person said, I normally only follow the exploits of, other facilities that have like an acronym of some sort next to their name, but you guys don't. And admittedly, I'm taking kind of a risk by lending my support, but it's only because That's loud. Food wagon. Dinner truck's here. Hold on, let me pause this really quick. All right. Over 3 hours later, almost 4, actually. Trailers just kept coming in and coming in and coming in. Oh my gosh. I had to fix that stinking lawnmower. Now, the Eclipse, it came and went. Yeah. From when you saw, when I paused, to now, it's been almost 4 hours. Butchered a lot of crap. Oh my gosh. I saw like the trailer coming in, and you saw that, like, you're like, oh, there's trailer, oh, that must mean that there's food, there's meat. Hi, you're a tiger. Hi. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Triggered. Excuse me, I'm a tiger, and you're kind of triggering me right now. But that trailer came in, it was loud, and it had, I can't remember like what the first, the order doesn't necessarily matter. But 3 cows and a horse. Oh, big. Oh my gosh. And here's the thing. Okay, we had 2 cows, 1 horse. And that's like about the time that, like, okay, that's when the trailers were first coming in, when we had to interrupt the webcast. And it's what I wasn't quite expecting it. I knew that we had the 1 horse. It was a horse that was foundering. Hi, baby. Older gentleman brought it in. Tried to fix her. Couldn't. Yeah. And she became Cassie food. Cassie food. Had a cow with a broken leg, where the guy actually, it was a hairline fracture that the guy actually fixed. Okay, he fixed it, and then it got better, and then it was out in the pasture, and the dumb cow decided that it could jump a fence, and then it became a compound fracture. And the rancher's like, he tried even fixing that, and he's like, I can't do it. And then there was another cow. Hi, Max. Hi, Max. Phew. Another cow died giving birth. Just had prolapse and internal hemorrhaging, and didn't make it through that process. So, poor old girl. And we're butchering, and we're doing all this stuff, and it's hot. Oh, and the Eclipse was there. Oh, yeah. Took our welding mask. We were like, look at that. All right, cool. We gotta load the freezer. And right as we're like getting the last of like the carcasses loaded into the freezer, another trailer. I got a calf. Like, oh no. Perfect timing. And then, thinking like, okay, well, at least he said it's a calf. It was about 200 pounds. It was smallish, smaller. So butchering it was going to be relatively easy. Great. All right. It had a birth defect. It looked like it was, I think that, I don't know if it was a birth defect that was causing broken bones or, I don't know. But either way, it had a weird sunken in head. This cow, meaning like its head was normal, but it was like sucked into its body. Like it didn't have collarbones, and it was just, it was like doing that. I'm like, ugh. And I go into the corral. I had a .410 revolver, so like handgun, pew pew, like that. to go in and put the calf out of its misery. But calf was just like, ah, people, ah, and started freaking out, running around. Hold on. Hold on. Hi. Hi, little girl. You had to come in here because you were inside and Mommy was trying to get some office work done, and you were unplugging stuff, and you were knocking boxes full of things over, and you were making all sorts of messes. And Mommy was just like, you gotta go outside. Get that crazy out of your pants. It's too much crazy in them pants there, little girl. Too much crazy. So, yeah. Hey, little girl. She's like, I'm just trying to express myself. I'm just trying to express my inner tigertude. You don't like it when I express my inner tigertude? I'm like, no. I like it when you can be a tiger. That's very important, but sometimes we gotta get some work done. And she's like, I don't know what that means. What is work? Like, yeah, okay. Well, that's why you're out here. Yeah, I'm having all this problems like outside, and I go inside and there's just crap everywhere. Just stickers, and like Heidi's just like, ah. You see what that baby did? I'm like, oh my gosh, honey. Hi, mister. Oh boy. Anyway, this calf, I go in there with the pew-pew, doesn't like that idea, and I was dumb. This was on me. I screwed up and I didn't like latch the corral gates, the corral panels behind me. So calf got around just and it busted out of the corral. No. So I couldn't use the handgun, the little pew pew. I had to go get the big pew, the rifle pew. I had to go get that, and I load up the rifle. I get on the gator, and the calf, when it was in the field, it ran into the field way over there. Dahlia and Yolo saw that, and they're just like, ah, a friend. They like they run across the yard and they go right up to the fence and they're like, hey, we're llamas. Hey. Calf didn't, but stop. Calf just got to the edge of the perimeter and just kept on going along, because we've got like there's almost like a shaved down roadway on the edge of the care perimeter. Meaning it's just, it's been just the grass has been cut, and we keep it cut on that perimeter so we can kind of inspect the perimeter when we need to. So I have the rifle. I'm on the gator, and I'm driving. I've got the gun, and I'm like using the other hand, and I'm just pissed, just like, and calf doesn't want to stop, and it's like I can't. It's got its butt to me, and it's just kind of doing this, and I'm behind it, and it gets up to the corner of the facility property, and there's a pond over there. And it's like the elevation, the land kind of dips down, and there's a pond, and then it kind of comes back up as you go, to this end. So a little light bulb, like, I drive. I get the gator, and I drive around the pond this way to where like it's a higher elevation point, and I sit there. I just sit there with the rifle, and I wait for that thing the calf to get around the corner and then start making its way kind of up that hill, and then I'm waiting there, and then sure enough, the calf just, and then it sees me and goes, huh? It was about a 30-yard shot, too. One shot, one kill. about a 30-yard shot, dropped it, and I didn't even have time to really kind of just be like, yay, that required some acumen. No, I'm just like, you're costing me so much time. The sun is getting hotter. Like, I was supposed to be webcasting. I specifically picked that time earlier in the morning to webcast because it was a lot cooler. The cats were a lot more active. And calf, not to mention all the other animals, you completely messed up my schedule. And I had to go fix a lawnmower that was broken. Oh my gosh. Now I'm here. Yeah. Eclipse. Oh, sounds mystical. That was something. Hi, bud. Monsieur Champers. Allô. Allô. Hi, mister. Oh. When I get to see your happy face, eating those proteins after we throw it over the top into the enclosure makes it worth it. All of the aggravation, the blood, the sweat, the sore muscles, chasing after deformed escapees. I don't know. Get over here. That was like a really weird, just like it kind of conjures up a weird kind of image, you know. There's like a deformed child has broken from its paddock. We must get it to neutralize it. Like, what sort of facility is this? Yeah. I guess the rancher, because again, it was like 200 pounds. So that, it had been going for a few months, but I mean, he must have been noticing, like, it was like he took it to the vet a bunch of times, and I guess it was also affecting its ability to like eat and stuff like that. So it, you know, one of those things. Anyway, I found a shirt in the barn too. It's Sherwin-Williams store, because they donated a bunch of paint to us to paint a bunch of the structures, I guess. And then I found a shirt in the barn, and I'm like, that's my size. So I put it on. I don't know where my other shirt went. Anyway, back to what we were talking about before. With that little girl. We got this message from this person. See how we go back? We go back around to what we were talking about before. You just bopped your nose right on the fence there. Hi, bud. Hi, bud. But this individual, and it was very respectful message sent to Care, and just kind of saying like, okay, well, trying to understand some of the story about like the animal, because generally speaking, whenever you get like a small cub like that, there's only going to be a few places that it's going to come from. And if you're also talking about the nature of certain types of operations that engage in, you know, like there's like operations that can engage in certain breeding practices that are very exploitative, and they'll use sanctuaries, they'll use facilities as dumping grounds. And then basically what this person was asking, like, well, how do you feel about that, and how do you reconcile the fact of you know, like I don't want to try to support someone who is knowingly just like a repository for potentially what could be someone else's misdeeds or poor behavior. And that's kind of the question that they were asking. And they're like, I don't want to have or cause any sort of offense. And they also brought up like other sanctuaries and other facilities who say like, well, they would rescue cubs, but then they would make those other places that are breeding these animals sign agreements or sign a pact that said, well, you're never going to be able to breed again. But it's an honor-bound agreement. It's basically like, you know, all right, we'll rescue this cub from you, but you gotta promise that you're never gonna breed cubs again. And then the people are like, yeah, Scout's honor. You know, it's like, there's nothing necessarily binding them to that. And sometimes it seems like it's a way for facilities to be able to kind of rationalize the decision. And then also potentially like kind of virtue signal. Like, this is like, we're doing our best. We're stopping. And I understand the intent and the meaning behind it. But one thing is that we do is we take a very specific and very nuanced approach to all of this stuff. And there's a lot of different times where no one situation is the same or similar to another, and it's never a kind of a black and white kind of scenario. And there's, you know, sometimes people want to put these types of things into terms of black and white, and you kind of can't. You kind of can't. Hold on. But there was an official response. I didn't write. It's actually from that Jamie wrote, responding to this person, and it was tremendously. I gotta find a spot. That's not a good spot to it. I want to find a spot to. I guess. Is the light gonna be okay? Is it gonna be weird? All right. So this is the actual. This is the care response. Like I said, I didn't write this, but it's very good. So, it reads, "Thank you for reaching out to us. And believe me, no offense is taken. We too are extremely concerned with these issues. We take every rescue we do into heavy consideration, discussing in depth as a group and getting approval through our board. We do not buy, sell, or trade animals. If we wanted to be a dumping ground for the cub petting industry, we could have a new cub here every other day. But that is not who we are, and that is not what we want to do. We, in the past, have made very difficult decisions around the appropriateness of taking in animals given where they are coming from. We have taken in animals from so many different situations and decided not to take in animals, no matter how painful that decision was, because it did not fit with our mission. The one thing that we believe strongly in is being true to that mission, which is to provide a home to our animals that need one, and give them the best care for the rest of their lives. The definition of rescue is to save something from harm, and the definition of a sanctuary is to offer a place of safety. That is our primary purpose for existing. This little girl desperately needed a home. Not all animals that need a home are old, and the youngest ones are some of those that are at the most risk for being sold as pets or playthings to people who will use them for their own gain and discard them once again when they get tired of them. Who knows where this little girl would have wound up had we not agreed to take her. Also, we do not always get the full story when we are approached to take in animals. We have been told all sorts of things over the years about an animal's origins, and we know that some of these stories were simply not true. It is not uncommon that people will lie because they do not want to get in trouble for fear of judgment. Our job is not to investigate or to regulate. It is to rescue. While we have a policy of never naming names of the people that surrender animals to us, and even sometimes are unable to do so because of ongoing legal investigations, we can say with certainty that this little girl is safe and will have a future where she will never be exploited, used, or abused. And she'll never be thrown away. I hope that helps explain a little bit about who we are and what we believe. If you have any more questions, please let us know. And we very much appreciate your concern and support. Fantastically written. fantastically written statement. And perfectly, I mean, so wonderfully captures who it is that we are and how it is that we view things. And that sometimes these things are nuanced, they're complex, and we take heavy consideration in every single thing that we do. And we think about what's best for care, what's best for the cats, all of that stuff. We're not here to, you know, we're not here to do all that other stuff. We're here to make these babies' lives good. And that's it. So yeah. What are you rubbing on? What are you rubbing on, Sid? What are you rubbing on? He's spilling. He's spilling. Spilling like a villain. Oh, I know. Dad jokes. Dad jokes for days. Dad jokes for days. Look at this pretty girl. Look at this pretty sleepy girl. Oh, I recorded another Whispercast, so you can go to the Wild Whispers ASMR channel, and I'm going to be putting up more content on my Patreon page, so you can get exclusive content that you can't find on any of the other social media platforms. Link for the Patreon page, of course, is going to be in the video description below. Oh my gosh, Rachel, you're wearing like normal people clothes. Oh, you look so pretty. We've got some guests that are coming in today that will hopefully help us to be able to promote the facility to a wider audience. So we're going to be, you know, just showing them around, and hopefully they'll have a good time. It's funny because like everyone's getting all presentable, you know, and like the interns are like they all showered and they're looking good and doing their hair, and then there's me just like, The people, they're gonna be, you know, like they're gonna be writing about this place, and it's for like a, you know, pretty sizable publication. They're like, who's that? And I'm like, oh, it's just Derek. It's like, just don't pay any attention to him. Don't pay him no mind. He's harmless. Just don't get too close. And you know, I got work tonight too. I was supposed to get a nap. I was supposed to get a nap later on this afternoon. I got to work tonight, all through the evening. I actually had some, you know, my work schedule got all sorts of wackadoodle. Where I actually, for 1 week, I was working night shift, and then for 1 week had to switch back to a day shift, and then now going back to night shift, which starting tonight, and I haven't done any work to get myself recycled back into like a normal nighttime sleep schedule. Recycling, Derek recycling. I wonder what bin I would go into. Let's teleport to those Beebs and Teagues, huh? Okay? Pretty bench. Oh, hi. Hi, bud. Hi, rah-rah. Soup, 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 soups. Soup, soup, soups. Oh, no. Oh, no. The guests. They're actually here. They're coming down to this side. I haven't even gone over to see the Teagues yet. Looks like we're not going to be able to see the Teagues. They're coming. I gotta go. They're going to see a crazy man covered in blood just running away. Oh, no. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Hashtag Dorbus the word in the bottom. Video description below. As always, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. I'll talk to you folks later, okay? Bye-bye.